Hold on. Would help if I wasn't muted.
Problems up! Woo!
That would help so much. I was in a Discord chat last night and I was muted and I forgot to unmute myself.
That's hilarious. Well, how's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed me being a total ass on stream right now when it's going to be at its busiest. Yay, technology. Now, this is me being stupid. That's what that was. But Zach, did you notice?
Oh my god. Hey, I'm wearing mine today too. I don't have the
yours?
video to prove it, but I'm wearing mine.
I figured. Okay, I'm getting the hat off. Hold on, it's a bit too hot. Hopefully Taylor saw me wearing it. That was a bit.
I did. I
hot.
sent her a message. She said
nice.
it looks shiny.
It looks
whatever
shiny.
that means.
It is
way over my head.
It's a Firefly reference.
Oh,
She and I are
show on television.
She and I are big Firefly. Hold on. She and I are big Firefly fans. So.
Awesome.
Yep. So for anyone who doesn't get the joke on the shirts, forget exactly which one it was, but okay, if you don't follow the Raging Terror, you need to. The guy's amazing. He is notorious for breaking Warframe, even if he doesn't mean to. You know, he will find that little area inside the map where he can break outside the map. He will find ways to get his Warframes and weapons to add in sync, work in sync, that he can bring his RTX 4090 video card to 2 frames or less per second. Yes, make sure that you don't have epilepsy when you watch some of his streams when he does that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But he can bring Warframe to its knees. And he was showing you, was it a I think it was a Nagantaka build that he had. And it was the same kind of thing. And he just broke Zach's brain. And Zach said, I can't not report this.
I remember it was the Nadaruk into the mag bubble that created like eye-blinding levels of light.
Yes. So
funny.
This became a little bit of a meme. So when before we went up to TennoCon, Rage contacted me and was like, "Hey John, I got an idea." And this was the idea. So he even went, I don't know if he told you, he went so far that the font is the font that you use in game, and the color, they went in and sampled the hexadecimal value for the color of the error messages in game and matched it to this.
Oh.
So yes,
oh my gosh.
Yes, this is about as Warframe as you can get.
That's hilarious. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But now it makes it even better.
Yeah, it makes it even better. So the day after TennoCon, the creators were having a tour of the studio, and everybody was getting together for the big, creator photo. And Rage and Magic Thighs he's the other Warframe creator who does props. He was also involved in it. So the three of us just kind of looked at each other and said, okay. So we all took off the t-shirt that we had on because we all wore this underneath. And then we just waited for Zach to see us.
Oh my gosh. It was so awesome. And I'm so happy that that my coworker Corey, who we met as well, was filming, because I love that video so much. And it was a good combination of me being completely delirious and sleep deprived and not understanding what was going on for a good solid 10 seconds. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so then afterwards we went to Victoria Park, which is right near the studio, and all 4 of us, as there's the photo, all 4 of us got to wear the shirt. So,
I love it.
It was good times. Good times.
I'm just realizing now my mouth is opening. You actually did it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it worked. You got some Monty Python going on with that drink. So have you guys recovered from TennoCon yet?
Oh gosh, I hope so. Like, I feel like it really did take a month to get back to reality, for sure.
Yeah. So, is it any chance of it changing locations for next year?
I can genuinely tell you my mind is the furthest thing.
I know. You guys aren't even thinking about that. You guys got other updates and so forth that you're worried about.
Yeah, but it was crazy this year. It felt like we were bursting at the seams, and I mean, selling out so quick. It was really cool to see, and
did that really sell out that quick? I guess it felt like it was 2 weeks for the tickets to sell out.
Yeah, it was super quick. I definitely know. Wow. I remember that like 90% of the tickets were bought very, very quickly, and then they trickled to the last 10% there. But yeah, it was quick. It was definitely quick.
Wow. I guess I'm so used to PAX East where it's like 30,000 people and it can take weeks for the tickets to, or even months for the tickets to sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all good. It's all good. My only request would be, if you're going to do anything, could you make TennoCon a 2-day event?
I know that would be cool, wouldn't it? I mean, we're getting bigger nowadays with some other games, so we will have to see truly what happens in the future.
It was fun. It was just good to be back. Ask Zach how he came across Warframe. Zach, do you wish to answer that?
Oh, that's a good question. I came across Warframe when it came out, when I was a wee lad, because it was free to play, and I didn't have to ask for my mom's credit card to play it. Really? But I came across Warframe when it came out, and then I played all the time. And then when I was in university, and Rebecca Ford came along and did a guest speech, I was like, whoa, I know you, and I know the game, and the rest is history.
There you go. So, I mean, did she ask you to join, or did you just fill out an application, and how did that work?
It's a unique situation where most of us on the community team come from the same university program here in London. Mm-hmm. So there's a strong connection between that program and here, and I do remember Reb asking me to reach out when I was getting closer to graduating, because at the time when I first met her, I was in my second year of university, so I still had 2 years to go.
Digital Extremes has donated $150. You guys are awesome. Of course, that also means I need to suffer.
Suffering?
Yes. Because for every $200 donated, I have to take a randomly chosen hot pepper Bean Boozled.
Oh, no.
But it also means that I get to do a $100 plat prize.
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
Suffering and good fortune.
It's suffering for a cause! Oh. See, I need to find that document again. Crap! I forgot to get that ready. I'm a bad person.
So, are the beans all spicy, or do you get a chance to be spared?
They're all spicy. It's just a matter of degree.
Gotcha.
No pun intended. All right, so we get a 100 plat, literally courtesy of Digital Extremes in this case. Exclamation point ticket for your chance to get that. And if we can get to 500, I get to give away a $500 plat prize.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
But I mean, to be fair, DE, I love you guys, but you already have a Prisma Angstrom. You are not in the running to win another Prisma Angstrom.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's totally fine.
That's just the way that works.
Even though it's gorgeous, and I love it dearly. It's awesome.
So for those of you who are just joining and you don't realize, right down here, you can see that if you donate between $5 and $25, you get a chance to win this light up platinum.
I love it.
Yep. And I've modified this one. This one's now wall mountable too.
Really?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes. And if you donate $25 or more, you get a chance to win this. Special Quest to Conquer Cancer Prisma Angstrom. Yeah, it's got the Quest to Conquer Cancer on there with the Conquera ribbon there, so you can see it.
Love it.
So,
oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank you. At least this time I had it done before the whole thing started. Unlike back in June.
Yeah. Was last year, did you start doing it in the middle of the campaign, or just...
I'm trying to remember. Last year... I don't remember. I think I came up with the idea. Last year's was a Quest to Conquer Cancer Sheev. And I think I came up with that one pretty late. So that one was probably not finished by the time the campaign started.
But now you have a full one. Now you can show it off.
Now I made sure of that. I wanted this thing to be finished beforehand. Earlier this year was the Pride Month Angstrom. Yeah, that was another one that I thought of it too late and couldn't get it done before Pride Month. So, oopsie. All right, let me get the Bean Boozled ready. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
There we go.
See, I'm bad with spice, so I don't envy you.
I don't mind spice.
Oh, you can handle it.
I can handle it.
You're good. You're good.
But, I mean, I'm not going to say I want to handle it. the Carolina Reaper can be really okay.
There's Carolina Reaper beans in that one?
Okay, so the ones that it's got,
my God.
from the weakest to the strongest, it's Sriracha, Jalapeno, Cayenne, Habanero, and Carolina Reaper.
Oh, no.
Carolina Reaper, yeah, it lingers. Give me a second here to get that set up. Okay, so switch over to here. It should show. It's God damn it. You know, OBS just can't behave sometimes. There we go. All right. Change the settings a little bit.
Oh boy.
All right. Randomize this bad boy. That's a big Scoville jump from Habanero to Carolina Reaper. You know what? Honestly, in some ways, I'll take the Carolina Reaper instead because the Habanero, I think, just tastes freaking nasty.
Ugh.
It's the Habanero. There's just something about the Habanero. It's just, at least the Carolina Reaper has good flavor. It's just painful. All right, here we go. It's for charity. It's for charity. For charity. Yes, it's not going to be Carolina Reaper.
Ooh.
Jalapeno.
Oh, did it really? It barely made
I can deal with jalapeno. Yeah, and of course, me being me. Yeah, me being me, I designed and 3D printed a separator insert.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
That's so cool. Oh, look at that. That's amazing.
I figured, hey, you know what? If I'm going to do this, plus I'm partially colorblind. Red is one of my problems. And the Carolina Reaper and the Sriracha, which are exact opposites on the heat scale, are both the same shade of red.
Oh boy.
So you have to look for other ways to differentiate the two. I'm totally convinced that at one of these points, I'm going to accidentally pull a Carolina Reaper instead of a Sriracha. Fortunately, jalapeno's green. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Down the hatch.
Yep. Now, I love jalapeno. Jalapeno's fine. And at least it really does taste like jalapeno. Twyla, she's doing a streamathon. Or what do you call it? Subathon. And she will do the Bean Boozled. Hold on, heat's kicking in.
Oh, no.
She will do the Bean Boozles that have the nasty flavored ones. And she'll just take like a handful of them. And she'll just like end up putting them, and she's like, I would rather deal with the heat, so at least I know what's coming. I'm okay. I'm okay. If it was
Aren't
a Carolina
those, like,
Reaper,
ones like rotten egg and stinky stock or something. It's gross.
Rotten fish.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. It's just, but that's okay. Just in case I get a Carolina Reaper, I got a whole bunch of snackables to make the pain less intense. So, Mama didn't raise no dummies.
I love Tim Tams. Oh my God, I just got like the craving just from seeing
Tim Tams, and I'm sure those from the UK can appreciate these. I love these.
Jammy Dodgers.
That's
quite the British sounding treat.
Really. But yeah, they're just like shortbread cookies with raspberry jam in them.
Delish.
Does he have a store? You want one of those platinum props? I have not put this on my commission list yet, but I will be soon. You have jammy Dodgers outside of the UK? Yes. Yes, we have a grocery store chain here in the Northeast called Wegmans, and they have a very good international aisle. So they make jammy Dodgers available. In fact, I will take credit for the fact that they now sell Tim Tams. Because I take credit for it because another local store chain would sell Tim Tams, not even in the international aisle, in the biscuit area.
Ooh.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. And, Tim Tams are from Australia. So I decided, since Wegmans has such a very well-known international aisle, that I was going to bust their chops on Twitter saying, hey, guys, this local chain is selling Tim Tams. You guys don't even sell Tim Tams. What's up with that? 2 months later, I walked into Wegmans, and they sold not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different varieties of Tim Tams.
Heck yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
That's all you.
That's either super ridiculous coincidence, or they're like, all right, we'll see you, smartass. I tend to think it's the latter.
A free pack?
Yeah. A free pack. No, I wish. Believe me, they're not cheap, but that's okay.
I know. I have a rule that I don't buy them unless they're on sale. So every time I walk by that aisle, I'm like, oh,
well, they're
not this week then.
They're never on sale, unfortunately. They market it out of spite.
Brutal.
Yeah, really.
So it's an international thing for you? Because they do just sell them in the normal aisles here in Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's
Taking shower.
hold on, what the hell? What am I hearing? Twitch, you can stop auto-playing videos on your main page. Thank you so much for that. Exclamation point ticket, 100 plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes. I forgot to set a timer because I'm a doofus. Thank you for the donation. Greatly appreciated. So yeah. So what else has been going on up there? You guys just getting ready for the new things to drop next week?
You got it. I feel like TennoCon, we went right into QTCC, which we were prepping for, but that's going on now, which is great.
Right.
And then we have TwitchCon in like a week, which is going to be
TwitchCon.
a lot of fun.
You going to that
Tenno
one?
VIP. I will be there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's literally like the first time I've been able to leave even the province in like 7 years, so I'm pumped to just be on a plane again.
Nice.
And meet people in Las Vegas. Whoa.
Vegas,
Time to gamble some platinum.
It's mine. You can't have mine. It's my plat. That's cool. That's cool.
Yep, but then all things towards Goth next week as well, which is really, really exciting. I'm excited for that.
And then we get to actually listen in game to see how it's really pronounced.
Okay, that's actually a great point because we still don't know. Even in just yesterday's meeting, we're like, okay, what is it? Because we had to listen to the thing.
Are you serious?
Don't quote me, but I think it's Daggett. But I'm personally a Dagoth fan. I like Dagoth. It sounds cool.
Yeah, but hold on. This also completely plays into this damn hammer back there.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe I don't have the best track record with.
And it's not just you, because Megan did it too.
Really?
Yes. When this was featured on the primetime stream, she called it a Triton on stream,
no.
And I was just like, "No, it's a Titran." Even people in chat, even people in chat were saying that too.
That's so funny. You're a kind soul for not correcting me when you were down in person, because I said it the whole day, and you didn't say a word. You let me relish in my stupidity.
No, stop. It was a minor thing. It was a minor thing. I was just having fun being up there and hanging out.
Yeah, that was a great time. I believe time flies, eh? My goodness.
July. That was July. Oh my god.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. TennoCon feels like months ago, but it truly wasn't.
Doesn't it though? Cool. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
TennoCon was so much fun though. TennoCon was one of those things that it's like Christmas. This massive build up, and then suddenly, boop, it's gone.
Oh yeah. It's too quick.
It was way too quick. And it really hurt like hell on Tuesday.
Yes.
Because Tuesday is when my daughter and I walked Diana, who did the Little Duck cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
She and I are really good friends. We saw her off to the train station. On the way back, we saw the convention center devoid of any life.
No.
Nothing going on, and that's when the post-con depression really hit.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, I had to catch up on sleep first, but then when I had my brain back,
I don't doubt that.
I was like, wow, what just a special, unique experience, and meeting all the creators and just people who, everyone in that room was just so excited for the same thing, which I have not experienced before in my life. So that was really, really cool. But also like all of my, colleagues and stuff who don't typically come to London or don't live in London, getting to come down and spend time with us was just so special. So I'm really glad it happened. I'm glad that we're back in person for most stuff again. That wasn't just a one-time thing. So it's cool. Future is bright.
Yeah.
Excited.
You love the Soulframe showcase. Soulframe looks very cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Very cool.
Your thoughts on Soulframe, because I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be more of an RPG, which I'm totally on board with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what that looks like.
I love fantasy, and I love the style and the music that was in that trailer is now on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And I listen to it all the time because I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fact, I've been listening to the soundtrack, too. The soundtrack is so good.
Your vinyl, eh?
The vinyl, man. I got the... Where's the vinyl? Where's my vinyl? Here's my vinyl.
So jealous.
Here's my vinyl. You haven't...
Gorgeous.
She is. She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
She's absolutely gorgeous, Archie. If you catch the reference, you're old. But, and then to have the colored vinyl is just so cool. And 3 albums, that's the part that blew me away.
Yeah, it's a lot of music that's come out since the first one.
The one thing that I saw that I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I don't know who thought of this, but absolute kudos to them, is the fact that you guys actually have art inside the sleeve. Who thought of that?
Sweet.
That's amazing.
I love it.
It's like, how did they even... Yeah, that was just crazy. 100 Plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes?
Extremes. That's our Halloween company.
That was my Architriton moment. Hold on.
I need one of those.
Wait. I actually have a piece of chalk here, so I can.
Oh, there you go.
I can increase what take it is. So there we are. We're on take 4 now. What was I saying? That's 100 Plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes! ! Ticketer! !Enter! Oh my god.
That's awesome. I think the site is lagging, but you're over 500. That's amazing.
I am, which means after this is pulled, I get to pull 500 Plat. 500 posture check. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I also love about the soundtrack is you guys included that second record with it. That's clear.
I actually have not seen the inside
really?
of it, so this is amazing. Yes, this looks great.
This one blew my mind. I was like, oh, that is so cool. So yeah, that's the regular one. And I never even considered that this is actually meant to be a 45 single, so you have to put it at 45 RPM. The first time I played it at 33. I was like, that doesn't sound right. And then that's when I realized, oh, it's playing at the wrong speed.
Would it be slower or faster if you played it at 33?
Oh, slower. Slower. Yeah.
Slower.
Yeah, because it's making fewer rotations per minute, so it would sound like this.
It's just a really emotional Duviri, very slow and sour.
That's like, boy, Duviri is moody today.
I don't remember it being this late. You're like,
right.
Am I sleepy?
Must have been one of those darker ones, like it must be Fear or something. But yeah, and the art book. Oh my god, the art book. Ew.
Another thing you have on me right now. Mine
don't have
is
the art
not
book
here
either.
Yet, but no, not yet.
Oh, you guys didn't have any kind of privilege to get one in house? You had to order yours?
We do have it coming. But they're not here yet. So you guys got the first little look So
honestly,
I'm very jealous.
I was originally considering a tome. You mean it is definitely a tome?
Yeah, it's huge.
I was considering just buying it and just shipping it, and then I saw the size of it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not paying for shipping for that." Oh,
it's a chunker.
Hell, for those of you who have not yet seen the tome that is the art book, give me a second.
It's gigantic and very, very heavy.
If you're wondering why the damn thing costs so much, because this is it, and it's just how many pages? Like 400 pages.
It's a lot. I think you might be right.
Yeah, something like that. A little over 400 pages. It is totally. My Archiplasmor weighs just a hair under 10 pounds. This weighs 13.
What? It's heavier than your dog.
This weighs more than my Archiplasmor.
Oh my gosh.
The Archititron is also about the same weight. That's a little under 10 pounds. This is heavier than the Archititron. So,
but it's good. It's got some heft to it.
It's got a ton of heft to it. You need to have some muscles to lift this thing. This is the kind of book that can cut off your blood flow if you put it on your legs for you don't want to sit on the toilet with this book on your lap.
Oh, well, there go my plans. What the
heck? You won't be able to get up afterward. You can kill a Grenier with it. Yes.
There you go.
You probably could. All right. Just one more minute. I'm going to pull this 100 plat. Courtesy of Digital Extremes, any platform. Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. And then we get to pull the 500. And don't worry, even if you win the 100, you can put in for the 500. All that DE cares about is that is randomly chosen. So
true.
I'm good with that.
I've always found if you're lucky enough to win 2 giveaways, you've earned it.
Yeah.
That's some good luck.
Kira was busting my ass the other night because I stopped in on her stream and she was giving away a 250. And I was one of the last people to enter. And I just thought, whatever, I'll just enter it. And I dismissed it. Next thing I know, all I hear is Kira saying, "John, how did you do that?" I'm like, what? Oh, I won. Oops. Sorry, Kira. It's just things. Giving it a few more here. And I still, I'll show you, but.
Hey. Have you had them?
I have
or is
not.
it like a shelf thing?
I have not. It's a shelf thing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It's to anyone who's wondering. Yeah, I got one of these stupid things.
I've never had the company's gummies itself. So
yeah, I mean, I'm actually a Haribo guy. But,
oh yeah.
I figured, you know what? They were going to make the offer available to U.S. citizens. I might as well go for it. I've got as good a chance of winning as anyone else. And, oh, I got one. Which is ironic considering how vocal I was about them. So, oh well, what can you do? All right, going to pull this 100 plat. And the winner is Helena Rose. Helena Rose, ooh. If you are there, I need your in-game name and the platform that you play on. And then 100 plat will be yours. There you are.
Hey.
You could put it in chat. You could whisper it to me on Twitch. I don't care. It's all good. So if you could give me that information, it will absolutely be yours. I gotta admit, this is one of the things about being a creator that I love, is being able to give this stuff away.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very fulfilling to be able to do that. You know, especially when it's someone who's like, you know, I've got a really good community on my stream. There are a certain amount of people who are just about there every single stream that I do. And, you know, some of them don't have a lot of money to be able to buy plat when they need it. So when they get a chance to win it, that's very satisfying.
That's a great point. I love that.
Okay, got that. Without the numbers at the end of the account, correct? Or does it matter for console?
No numbers.
No numbers. Okay, that's what I thought.
Unless they're part of their name.
Yeah, if those last 4 digits are part of your name, then let me know. But if that's just the in-game account number, then I don't need those last few numbers.
Oh, you actually might have grabbed the wrong name. That's a different person that posted that. They posted their name a little bit higher in the chat.
I'm glad you caught that. That was sneaky.
I'll DM it to you just in case. But yeah, there you go. They're trying to sneak in there.
Yeah, that's not cool, to be quite honest. I'm looking for it. You said you DM'd it?
Yeah, I DM'd.
You have a very skillful eye there, sir. Well, I guess considering how much stuff you need to pay attention to, I shouldn't be surprised.
Got a trained eye for this. Plus, I did giveaways on Twitch for many years.
Yeah.
On our main one, so I'm used to the tricksters.
Got it. All right, sweet. So I won't be handing this in until like the very beginning of next month. So you won't get it immediately. You'll get it at the beginning of November. But you know what? Let's move on. We'll consider that one done. And let's move on to a 500 plat.
Woohoo.
Boom! Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. 500 plat. Courtesy of Digital Extremes. That's a heck of a lot of cheddar.
That's a lot of cheddar. So I got a question for you, John.
What do you got?
Earlier in the stream, you mentioned someone asked if you designed weapons for Warframe. You're like, no, I don't.
Nope.
But I make them. But I got a question. If you did design weapons for Warframe, what would you make?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an example on how to put the streamer on the spot.
We're now live.
I don't like you, Zach. Wow. I don't know.
We now watch John in his natural habitat.
Thank you.
Thinking very, very loud.
John is in his natural habitat, confused. Thanks, Zach.
We can see the cogs turning as he...
Or the smoke billowing one, you know. Damn it, Zach overloaded me. What am I going to do now? I don't know. There was a game called Armed and Dangerous. It's like a 20-year-old game, but it was just an absolutely off-the-wall kind of game. And the weapons were the same kind of thing. It was just absolute crazy stuff. One of the weapons was a shark launcher. You loved Armed and Dangerous? Nice. So you launched this shark, which then went underground, came up, and munched on whatever enemy you had targeted. They also had another one. God. They had another one where it would literally turn the world upside down so that the enemy would fall off. Then it would flip it back around, and then they'd come down and just die on impact.
See, now that just sounds like a great Warframe.
See, it does.
For 5 years down the line when we need to go to the extremes. That's awesome. I like the shark launcher.
The shark launcher is just amazing. And that's the kind of weaponry that this game had. And boy, could I see... Oh!
Yes, you have to go fishing in the open world for your ammo.
You got a sand skate launcher to shoot at the enemies, and he just shoots onto the ground and then comes up and chomp.
I love it. This is just a weapon for Pyra now, if we're including the critters.
Pyra! So it's confirmed Warframe has another 5 years. Warframe, the guys up at DE actually have a whiteboard that has the next 5 years planned out. when I went up there in July to drop some of my props off, they had it covered. Thank you for the lack of trust, Zach. Appreciate that.
There are NDAs and then there are super NDAs. But yeah, even at TennoCon, as Rip said, Warframe is forever. As long as we can do it, so we'll do it.
But you know what? I mean, the game is 10 years old. There are not a lot of games that could last 10 years and are still pumping out content.
That's true. We're very fortunate.
You know, when
Absolutely.
I first started back in March of 2013, and I first started playing Shark Fashion. Yes, right. Shark Fashion Frame. But I remember watching at PAX East. I was walking past, and the one lady was like, hey, you want to try Warframe? So it's like, sure, why not? And oh my God, it was so raw. It was so
it was
raw
a baby
to what
game.
it is now.
Yeah.
You know, and just the fact that you guys have come this far in 10 years, and you still have another plan for 5 years is crazy. Yeah, Swothard, yeah, that's another one. They've been going a long time. But it's just, especially a free-to-play game. There have been so many free-to-play games that have, they die after a few years. You know, and the fact that you guys have done what you, because you're not pay to win, and I think that's where a lot of games fail. They're pay to win. And that's not really how it should be. And that's what Warframe isn't. You know, and I get a little annoyed when people do accuse Warframe of being pay to win, because who are you winning against? It's a co-op game. It's a co-op game. So
those Corpus.
Who are you? Yeah, you're beating the Corpus. You're paying to beat the Corpus. It just that kind of thing just does not make any sense to me.
Pay to look pretty, someone said. Yeah. That's it.
I think amazing is more fitting than fortunate. You guys are amazing. There you go. I know they're talking to you, not me. You honestly just started Warframe a month ago, and the community of the game is unbelievable. It's so happy to be a part of this family. Welcome, New Tenno. Welcome, New Tenno. All welcome. Or all welcome. Jesus Christ. Hold on. That is not what I wanted to say. Take 5.
Take 5. Roll it back.
Right, there we are. And action.
No, it's great. I'm glad new people are joining too. And when we have updates like Daggett coming along that are changing so much about the early game and making stuff like the New War more accessible, that's really cool. Because I love New War. I love it so much. I just want people to be able to play it as soon as possible because it's my favorite quest.
You know, New War, as someone who has been playing this game for so long, I watched one of those videos that you guys hired YouTube creators and so forth who had never played Warframe to get them to the point where they could play the New War.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not realize how much needs to be done to get to the New War.
It's a lot.
They were like, you got to do this quest, and you got to do this quest, you got to unlock this world, you got to do this quest, unlock this world, do this, get this. I was like, what? What?
Especially starting from the beginning. Like, if you're continuing to keep up with the game per update, it's not too bad because you're just playing the new stuff, but that piles on for people just playing. So it's been an interesting balance of keeping the core elements of the game. We still want people to hit these beats as they play, but like, do we need to maybe look at something that wasn't too bad at launch, but for a new player doesn't make sense, which is like what we've been doing with like the necromech changes and junction changes and stuff. So it's good. I'm very much in favor of that.
I just want to know when you're going to get the Sporothrix and the Arm Spinoza available on the market so I don't have to grind for it because I hate the grind. That's what I want to know. Why can't I just buy it for plat? So, and Jamie voiceover needs to be smacked. He says, or they said, can you ask Zach when they are bringing back the stamina, please and thank you?
Stamina, eh? Yeah, that's actually the new secret. Change and Daggett coming along.
Not funny, Jamie.
We're bringing it back. We miss it.
No, we do not.
It was great.
I will stop you right there. That is one of the things I do not miss about the old Warframe at all.
See, I would always love, like, if this was technologically feasible to bring back early versions of the game for an April Fool's, that would be fun. Just to see what it was like. Appreciate what we have now.
So cool. You know, I will admit, the mirror defense that you got, I felt really nostalgic for the Corpus tile set.
Yeah, Zinni.
I was really glad you guys brought that back.
Yeah.
Because that was always a fun defense anyway. But then to see that old Corpus tile set, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
And
really
it got a little,
enjoyed that one.
Got a little refresh, too. Little lighting changes and stuff.
That's not surprising. Honestly, as much as you guys really, I think, did a good job with that one, simply because having to go back and forth like that makes it less monotonous than just defending this spot over and over and over and over again. You have to run back to that one, and it's now Grenier, and then you run back over here, and it's Corpus, and it's the old Corpus tile set. That was very cool. Yeah, there you go. If you're gonna start bringing back those old things for April Fool, let's bring back the exploding windows.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry I said it.
Let me just write that one down here.
Yeah, exactly.
1999, exploding windows. We're gonna go back, bring back stamina, everything.
Can you imagine how much more epic the Citrine update would have been with a short cutscene like Varuna had? I mean, yeah. I like Citrine. She's pretty cool.
There's a little cutscene if you decided to get the crystal decoration in your orbiter.
Yes, that's true, which I do have that. I do have that.
Which is a good story. I do like that. But you're right. I remember when the update came out, it was also like bringing back a pity system like we did with Lewis Prey as well. It was nice because it was just like you could just enjoy it and it wouldn't feel too bad if you ran for a while and didn't get what you want because you could just get it. Right. But also the little like Duvirities with the Oral Worm in the middle of the 2 defense tile sets is pretty cool as well. I like that.
Lore locked behind a plat bundle was the worst part of the Citrine update. I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, I think it's a cool decoration.
It is. I like it.
Oh, and if you guys have not done, if this is your first time doing Nabarus, get the mobile.
Yes.
Get the mobile, put it in your orbiter, then get really close to it. I'm not going to spoil it. But that, I mean, I don't creep out easily. That creeped me out. It was so cool.
It's pretty creepy.
It's so cool.
And we get more grandmother stuff with...
I can't wait for that. Grandmother is so cool.
Yeah, I love the Andrade family. I love Deimos. I always like going back to it. Like, I don't have too much to do on Deimos nowadays, but whenever Navarus comes back, it's like vacation. Get to head to Deimos.
Deimos and Duviri are the 2 open worlds that if I've got nothing else that I want to do and I just want to chill out, I'll just go to either of those and just go do things. Not even do any of the quests, just go around, get resources, have fun with that. It's... And I'm going to explain what is the orbiter is different from the... No, the Lisette is your orbiter. Finally picked up the mobile this year. Still haven't placed it, though. Place it. And then go up to it. And see what happens.
And turn all the lights off in your room.
Yep.
Spooky.
So, yeah, it's all good. Still new and do not know all the weapons. Oh, don't worry about... How many weapons are there now?
Oh my gosh, way too many.
Over 400, I think?
I think you're right.
Something like that? Yeah. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about the weapons. There's so many weapons. You're good. 500 plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes. Any platform, ! Ticket or ! Enter. The best scary
stories. How many there are? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, so many weapons and God. And we're not up to... This is going to be the 54th Warframe?
Yes,
correct?
yes.
I want to say the 54th?
I think 54th. And I think because it's 18 more in the future, there's a new color palette as well.
Yes, I saw that.
Daggett, which is pretty cool.
That's an interesting pattern every 18th. I don't know how you guys
it must be
that.
just like with the space and the color palette that's available. So it's like 5 times 18.
Chat's just going all through because of giveaway and so forth. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Just a reminder. just a reminder to everyone who's just stopping in. This is obviously the Quest to Conquer Cancer. This is my second year partaking in it. It's something that means a lot because my wife her side of the family is notorious for cervical cancer. We have to keep an eye on that. Her dad died of multiple myeloma last year, which is a non-curable cancer. And, just getting to the point of seeing a lot of classmates from high school and so forth who have been dying of cancer, or their spouses have been dying of cancer. It's something that's just... we need to fight it. And that's why I am very happy to be part of this. But for those of you who donate to my campaign, you have the opportunity. If you donate between $5 and $25, you have an opportunity to win this special Quest to Conquer Cancer Light Up Platinum piece.
Ooh.
Or if you donate $25 or more, you get a chance to win this special Quest to Conquer Cancer Prisma Angstrom.
Love it.
I will ship it anywhere. I will ship it worldwide. The only caveat is that if it's outside the U.S., you might have to pay some kind of importation duty, but I will do my best to keep that as minimal as possible. Think drops are broken again? Uh-oh. Zach, fix the drops.
I think they're working.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got mine.
You got yours? Okay, cool. You should consider adding more slot to the ribbon slot cap. Well, isn't that like 150 for the ribbons? If you're max rank?
I think it's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah. You can get a lot of them, but you have to get Mastery Rank 30.
Yes, you do.
Dude, that Mastery Rank 30 test is a bitch. That was
only true masters.
Worst. I was convinced for like a year and a half that I was just going to be Mastery Rank 29, and I'm happy with it. No problem. I was so annoyed by that Mastery Rank 30 test. The only reason I got it was because I ended up getting a Hellman deal where Mesa got a 200% energy boost and a 200% damage boost.
Ooh.
Yes. And that's when I was like, ooh, I might need to give this another shot. So I got the infusion, and then I went in and I redid her regulators and all that stuff. And went right in and aced it. I was like, yes!
Nice. That must have felt good.
Oh, man. It was, considering that I had already decided, I'm just going to stay Mastery Rank 29. Screw it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm so angry at this Mastery Rank 30 test. It just beat my ass, man. It's like...
That's great.
It was almost like I was being a masochist by trying it again. So... You thought 23 was already annoying enough. Is 23... I see that one a lot. Is 23 the one where you have to follow the pins and you have to lock them down as they're moving?
It might be, yeah.
I think that might be the... That one's a bear. Yeah, okay. I used Limbo on a high-speed build. And you have to memorize the pattern because if you watch those pins as they move along, you can see where one will end right where another one will pretty much come close to it. And if you can memorize that pattern of which pin you can jump to, that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And especially Limbo with a Limbo with high speed build that he can keep up with it. That's how I made it past that one.
Nice.
Yeah, that one worked. Titania's another one. Yep. While we wait, we hydrate. In fact, I need to hydrate.
Oh no. What's your drink of choice today?
I mean, this is my Quest to Conquer Cancer thing, and I am addicted to Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
The official soft drink of Scotland. But it's available. Aye, from Scotland.
Aye, Scotland.
I have not had a
chance to try it.
It's available over here. And when I first tried it, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. So, it's not cheap, unfortunately, but, it's all good.
You have a great Scottish accent. Oh my god.
This is a special occasion. You know, it's a quest to conquer cancer. So I might as well go ahead and just drink my fill of it.
I'm forever saying quest to conquer cancer. It's a quest to conquer cancer.
Quest to conquer cancer. That's what you've got to do there, laddie.
That's amazing.
Good accent, fellow Scot brother. I'm actually not Scottish at all. I am Celtic. I've got Irish in me. I've got a bit of Irish in me, but I'm mostly German and Irish. That's where most of the stuff where I come from is there. I just like the Scottish accent.
Me too. I have my Scottish roots.
Yeah, I mean they're both Celtic.
Yeah.
Deutschland, yes. I'm the area that I grew up in was very heavy Irish and German and all that. So, in fact, my one aunt said that her grandmother came right off the boat from Ireland. That's the way she used to phrase it.
Oh, wow.
So, you know. All right, well, I'm going to very quickly get more hydration. I'll be right back.
Please do.
Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter for 500 plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes, any platform. And I shall be right back.
I will also get a drink. Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
And so I don't offend anybody from the UK, I'm also pouring it into a glass, which is what I'm told you have to do. Unfortunately,
really?
The bottle itself is plastic. We don't have glass bottles over here for Iron Brew, but I will at least indulge in it from glass. So I don't wish to offend any Scottish sensibilities.
Oh, that looks good. I wonder if it's in Canada.
It might be. It's got. I don't know how to explain it. It's lightweight. It's not very sugary like you would like the sodas we have over here.
Mm-hmm.
But it tastes like a mix of orange and cotton candy.
Oh my gosh!
But it just doesn't have this massive sweetness to it that you'd expect.
I see here online.
I need a new chair.
It
works.
It is carried here.
There you go.
In London.
Oh, dude.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach is going to be leaving the stream an hour early so he can go get some Iron Brew. Iron Brew is definitely in Canada. You've had it in England? Well, I hope so.
Mm.
One of us, yes. I like trying new things. I'm a poutine addict. Every time I go to Canada, I've been able to keep doing this. My first dinner in Canada is always poutine.
That's awesome.
I've been able to keep doing that ever since the first time I've gone up there.
So you did it for when you came and July and also in
Yep.
TennoCon? That was your first? That's
Yep.
amazing.
July and TennoCon. Every TennoCon that I've gone up to, my first dinner is poutine. It's the Smokes Poutineery right near DE's office. So it's to the point that I don't need a GPS. I know exactly where it is. I know how to get there.
That's awesome.
So, look. The comments about my chair. Okay, look, I get it. She's old. I get it, but you know what? I paid like $160 for this thing at Staples over 10 years ago, and it still works.
I had the exact same looking chair for years, and then I finally was like, okay, fine. But it never, the new chairs that I got, never quite the same.
It works. So, what? All right, hold on. I got an idea. If people don't want to look at it, I got an idea.
Oh, very smart.
I will take the Quest for Conquer Cancer that I got from you guys last year. And I will drape it over here. There. It does look more regal.
Love it.
So.
And such a good blanket. That's like one of the most comfy blankets I've ever owned.
It is. This thing
I love
is
it.
so soft. It looks so soft. That's because it is. It is. The dad fit? Yeah, well, you know, it's... I'm a dad, you know.
You got to dress the part.
I'm a 3-time dad, and besides, you know, I'm old enough to be the dad for most of the people who are in chat right now.
So I got another question for you.
Sure.
How's your Blender progress going? Oh no.
It's not really. I just have not really had time to work on it, unfortunately.
Right, yeah.
You know, I will get there, but I mean, from late June is when I started working on the Archiplasma that I brought up to you. And that just burned me out because it was like every single night I was working on that Archiplasma.
Right.
So I didn't even do CAD work on that one. And then once I got those props delivered up to you, I came home and I started working on the Supra. And I just kept working on the Supra. I finally finished that the weekend before TennoCon. And yeah, so I'm not kidding. By the time TennoCon was over, I was so tired of working on props. I was burned out on props. And so yeah, but then at the same time, I've been working on the Kuva Comb since January. So now I'm trying to go back and get that finished. Is that a Supra? Yes, I'm aware of that meme. I'm aware of that meme. But no, that's not a Supra because that's my Archiplasma. My Supra is back in my studio. Oh,
so do you have another room aside from this that you work on all the props and stuff?
Yeah, I've actually got. Well, my studio is where I do audio recording and so forth. I do have my workshop, which is an absolute fustercluck. It's a mess because that's where I do the work. That's where I do the sanding and the priming and the painting and all of that. That's a separate room that I've got. But I've got my studio in the back that I do my audio recording, and that I have room for some of the props in there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, some of my other streams when I'm actually doing the prop work, you'll see me in the workshop doing that sort of thing. But it actually is almost time for me to start working on the Kuva Comb because it is. I don't know if you saw it before you first popped in.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to watch the stream to see it, but.
Oh man, cool.
Yeah. She's going to be big, too. She's going to be almost as big as the Archiplasma, lengthwise.
What?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. The Archiplasma, I think, is, if I remember correctly, it's not quite 36 inches, but it's like 34, 35. I'm pretty sure this is going to be about 33.
Holy mo! I would not have guessed.
Neither would I. Neither would I. But it was that when I decided I wanted to do this, because this was also very, very frequently requested of me, that I was like, okay, let me take a look. So I went in and I got a bunch of screenshots and I took a look at it. And what I'll do is, for sizing, I'll have Rhino hold it. And then I will literally put the image of Rhino holding it on my screen. And then I'll put my hand to the screen and then zoom in until both of our hands match.
Smart.
And then from there, I'll start to get the measurements for how big it should be. So I try to make these props, with the exception of the hammer, I try to make these props as accurate to the size as they are in game, under the assumption that Rhino and I are the same size. So when I finally did that, and I did the calculations, I was like, the Kuva comb is actually pretty freaking big. So she's going to be a little, she's not, I mean, she's much narrower. She's much thinner.
Yeah.
So that's going to help. But lengthwise, she is going to be just about as big as the Archoplasma, and maybe even height-wise too. She's going to be about as big as the Archoplasma.
That's cool. And do the colors that you have in your software right now, will those be the colors you plan to print?
They can. I mean, I can obviously make them. Well, no, when I print them, it doesn't matter. I print everything in gray because that makes it easier for me to see how much more it needs to be sanded, things like that. And then I end up putting what's called a filler primer. Opticore, I wouldn't mind that. Then I put in what's called a filler primer, which is a thicker primer that you can actually sand when it dries. So I'll put a layer of filler primer, sand it down, another layer, sand it down, until everything is all nice and smooth, or to where I want it. But then, because it's going to have a whole bunch of gray primer on it, I paint it to be whatever I want. So
that's super cool.
I just do it this way so I can differentiate the parts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my intention is everything in yellow, so this ring in here and this section up here will actually be transparent yellow, and they will be lit up.
Oh, that's really cool.
And they will have that random pattern that you'll see in game. Maybe at some point I'll be able to work on it so that if you press the trigger, the animation will change so that it looks a bit more active. But for right now, it's just gonna look like it's gonna do its thing. So right back here, this is where the electronics are gonna go. So the battery pack and all of the battery pack and all of the controls are gonna be right back here. And then I'll have a switch located somewhere. Maybe I'll make this piece back here the switch somehow. Like, push it up to turn the gun on and so forth. And then I'll run the wiring up. In fact, this is the last thing that I have to do, is basically make cutouts inside this so that I can have the wiring and the LEDs running around the circle, and then have that redirected up here so that I can light up this front piece.
Oh man,
and
that's incredible.
Once that's done, I can start prototyping. So I still need to do something like, I need to figure out how to split this up to print it. Like, for example, this gray ring is going to be one part. This internal one is going to be another part. The yellow is going to be a transparent yellow filament, so that'll be a different part. This will be a different part. So they're all going to have to be printed and sized and fitted and all of that. And that's basically how this whole process works. Are any of my models available for download or purchase? Not all. Well, most of what I have done is available for commission. I've already had people commission an Arca Titron from me. I've had an Arca Plasmor commission. So that was interesting. What else? I've had the Archititron. Oh, the Supra, Royal Pratt. Warframe creator Royal Pratt. She commissioned a Supra from me.
Mm-hmm. It was so cool when you had all the props in the stream room on the tour day, and we got all those photos in front of
That was fun.
the photo booth. It was just so cool.
That was, well, that's part of the thing that I do for this. And, you know, one of the fun things about making these props is bringing them to conventions. Yes, there is always going to be an ego boost when someone says, oh man, I love the props, these are so cool. Da, da, da. There's always going to be that ego boost, no question. But when you can have someone just, their eyes completely light up. And so, I mean, you know the story, but a lot of people in stream don't know the story. At PAX East last year, I brought the Archiplasmor with me. And I was walking along next to the one food area, and some young woman came charging out of her place in line, running up to me full speed, and is like, is that an Archiplasmor? Just totally like, oh my God. I was like, yes, this is an Archiplasmor. And she's like, this is my favorite gun in the game, and blah, 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 blah. And so the thing, there's like a checklist that always happens. People will say, can I take a picture of it? And my idea is, no, I want you to hold it, and I want you to get a picture of you holding it. Because I think that makes the moment much more special for them. And it also helps me because when I take them to conventions, it's also a durability test. So it's very possible that it could break while I'm up there, which means that that's my clue that, okay, I need to reinforce that part. I need to redo how these parts are connected. You know, so it's also a field test, kind of. But, I mean, I handed this thing over to her, and she gave me her phone, and she was just like freaking out that I'm actually letting her hold this. And she handed it back to me, and she said straight up, you have just made my day.
Oh,
how cool is that?
I love that.
You know, this is something that I love doing these things. It's a creative outlet that my IT career doesn't give me. And it's always cool to have people acknowledge what they like about it. But to be able to say that I just gave her that memory, and for her to say that I just made her day, that is a gift. You know, that is something that not everybody can say, and I love that part about this as well.
Yeah, you know? That's awesome.
You know, and then there was another one that I will never, ever, ever forget. As you would say, core memory. Earlier this year, I went out to see not Royal Pratt. Got Studio Cyan, fellow Warframe creator. She made my glyph. I went out to see her in Philadelphia. And so we hung out for a day, and I brought my Archiplasmor, and I brought my Supra Vandal with me. So we hung out for the day, and it was great, and we had a good time. Finally, after many years being able to say hello to each other in person. And on the way back, I decided to not take the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I went a smaller route that went through Lancaster and those areas. And I stopped off at a convenience store on the way to get some sodas. Well, one of the things that Studio Cyan also designed was a Chibi Warframe t-shirt, which, of course, I own. And I wore it in her honor to be there, you know, because we were getting together. And so on the way back, I stopped off at this convenience store, and the guy at the desk said, cool shirt. Any day is a good day for Warframe. And I was just like, oh, dude, can you get a 5-minute break? And he's like, yeah. I said, get a 5-minute break. Trust me. And we went out to my car. And I let him hold... All I did was pop the trunk, and there's an Archiplasmor and a Supra Vandal right there in the trunk. And he took a step back like, what the hell is this? And, you know, so he went in, got his phone. I let him hold the Archiplasmor. I let him hold the Supra. Got photos of it. And, I mean, he just said, dude, this was amazing. Thank you so much. and it's just that random chance that I happened to be driving that route instead of the normal route, and the guy at the convenience store just so happened to be a Warframe player, and I just so happened to have two of my props in my car. It's like he was just totally thrilled, and now he has that memory of him holding the props.
Mm-hmm. And it's fate.
It's fate, but it's the fact that how many people can say that the work that they do, even as a hobby, can have that kind of an impact on someone? And that's why I say that is a gift. And that's one of the things that I love about doing these props. I mean, at TennoCon, I had my Archiplasmor, my daughter had the Supra Vandal. We had a line of people. we were like 30 minutes of standing in line, of having this line of people coming to us, asking to hold the Archiplasmor and the Supra.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And we're just like, yep, here you go. Yeah, see? You can confirm. Yep, because she held the Supra. And it was, how cool is it? That to me is a gift. That's another part of the fun of doing this. Speaking of the fun of being a creator, ! Ticket, ! Enter, 500 plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes. I need to get that pulled. Drink, damn it. Okay, I will.
Don't mind if I do.
Asked about any border crossing and TSA stories involving props. Yes. You guys are getting dad story mode here. Everyone, gather around the fire. I've got a story for you that I need to tell you. So I went up in July to drop some of the props off. If you were in TennoCon, you saw some of my props in the museum. I actually dropped those off in July. That's when Zach and I first got a chance to meet. And so I got up to the border crossing, and the guy was like, so at the time, I was also going to go see Royal Pratt in Toronto because I had her Supra, and then I was going to go over and see Pyra over in Kingston. So, all Warframe creators. And he said, so, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to London, Ontario. I'm going up to a game developer up there. He was like, oh, what game? And I said, have you ever heard of Warframe? He's like, no, what's it like? So I explained Warframe to him. And by the time he was smiling, he was like, wow, that sounds pretty cool. Is it free to play? Yep. I told him I'm going to go to Toronto, then I'm going to meet a friend. I'm going to go to London, then meet a friend in Toronto, then meet a friend over in Kingston. And he put two and two together and was like, so the friends you're going to go see in Toronto and Kingston, they're Warframe creators? I said, yep. He said, wow, cool. All right, have a good day. Let me go right through. Coming in for TennoCon was kind of the same thing. We got to the border crossing into Canada, and the guy was like, where are you going? Video game convention. I was like, oh, well, what game? And I said, Warframe. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to say some other game that begins with war. And, so he was asking about Warframe and all of that. And I had my props. I had my Archiplasmor and my Supra with me. And that whole thing also ended up being like, all right, cool. Have a good time. Off we go. No questions asked. The way out of Canada, we were going over to Ann Arbor to visit friends of mine. So we were going over to Michigan. We get to the border crossing. The guy says, where are you coming from? I said, video game convention in London. He said, oh yeah? What game? And I said, you ever play Warframe? He said, yep. And I said, that's it, and he's just like, oh, cool, and then that was it. He didn't even ask if we were bringing anything other than, are you bringing in any marijuana or anything? No, just stuff from the convention. And that was it. He's like, all right, have a good day. It's like, so
I love that.
The Warframe got me through Border Patrol 3 out of 4 times.
Which I'm surprised because you're carrying probably the most incriminating things in your trunk.
I mean, they're just plastic.
That's true. That's your saving grace. We were just talking about this yesterday as we were planning our travel for TwitchCon. Apparently, years ago, they had met up with a game news site called Giant Bomb. I don't know if
yeah. I remember Giant Bomb. Yeah.
So I guess they had met up in the airport, but apparently they had such a hard time at TSA because all of their bags and crates and stuff all said Giant Bomb on them in the airport. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
But
duh, you'd have the worst time at the airport.
Well, not just that, but if you had a bomb in your luggage, you wouldn't say that you have a bomb in your luggage.
Maybe they're honest.
Oh.
But yeah,
maybe they're honest.
Pretty funny.
Oh, wow. Thanks to Warframe, border crossing became easier. Yes, exactly. It was the one time that Warframe had nothing to do with it was on my way back from seeing Pyra. And this was a stone-faced. You know, this guy was making sure that you knew that he meant business, and you weren't going to pull anything on him. It was like, where are you coming from? Where do you work? Where are you going? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then I'd stopped off at Metro, which is the grocery store chain up in Canada, for those who don't know. I stopped off at Metro, and I picked up some all-dressed chips, because of course, and I picked up some Canadian maple syrup, because of course. And I'm driving back across, and he's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I had them on the seat next to me. And he said, so what are you bringing over? And I said, oh, just a couple of bags of chips here and a bottle of maple syrup, because duh. That was what I said, bottle of maple syrup, because duh. And he just started laughing, broke the stone face, and was like, all right, have a good day.
Oh my God, really? That's hilarious.
Yes, so just the fact that you know, if you're going to Canada, you get the maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Yeah, well, this guy knows the real deal.
Yeah, so just the fact that I was like, maple syrup, because duh, that broke him, and he's like, all right, have a good day. What software am I using for my 3D modeling? Right now, I'm using a CAD program called Tinkercad. I will be migrating away from that, and I will be moving into Blender. It's just a matter of doing it. Hey, everything. Have you shown Zach your milk pitcher yet? You mean this?
Hey, did you pick that up when you were here?
Yes, I saw this.
That's hilarious.
In fact, I was with Everything, and no, I'm sorry, was it with Everything? Yeah, I was with Everything, or was it Aggressive? I think it was shit. I think it was with Everything. I'm so bad with names. I hate that. But
me too. So you're good.
Okay, it was Everything. That's what I thought. But yeah, we were in Metro, and we were just getting some stuff, and I went to that section where you buy your bagged milk.
Yeah.
And this was in the same area, so I thought, you know what? It's only like $3. How can I not buy one of these as a souvenir? But the best part is that I came back, and I was cleaning up my mess of a desk, and I found the Zariman bagged milk sticker.
Yeah, the gritty milk. I have mine on my desk as well, even though I know what bagged milk is. But
yeah, well, I know you know what bagged milk is, but just the fact that I found the damn sticker.
You should paint the one you have to look like the glyph.
Either that, I was thinking of just having the Warframe logo on this side and then Digital Extremes logo on this side, just because.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah.
You know, I've already.
Great.
I might already have a template built in my CAD program. and then just airbrush it on.
Our newest merch product.
Surprised you can get something this good on Tinkercad without losing your mind. Have fun with Blender. Well, you know, honestly, from everything that I've been seeing, if you use Tinkercad, you should go to Blender, because it's mostly the same process on how to put things together. It's just you get a lot more to do. So I know that a lot of people say, you should go to Fusion 360 instead, which is the natural progression from Tinkercad because it's the same parent company. But Fusion 360 is a completely different beast. And with Blender, I want their sculpting function. Because I was going to do the Exceltra. Antonio Greco, voice of Era, he and I are good friends, and he really wants an Exceltra. And I took a look at it. I was going to do that before I started working on the comb. And it turned out that the Exceltra has like a fanning design out the back that this would not have worked well with. And I would much rather have that sculpting function where I could just, you know, pull it like putty and form it. Plus, because Fusion 360 is meant more for mechanical design and manufacturing, it doesn't have that kind of functionality to it. It's meant for, you can put gears here and have a connecting bar, and when you move this gear, it'll move these gears, which will move other things. It's not meant for that. Blender is meant more for artistic building and so forth. Plus, there are a lot of Grineer weapons that I mean, the one thing with Corpus weapons, for the most part, is that they're very industrial. They're boxy. They don't have a lot of flair to them. That's why they're easy to design. Grineer weapons, on the other hand, with the exception of things like the Comb or the Vacor Heck, they are very organic. They have a lot of bumps. They have a lot of curves and things like that that don't do well in a CAD program, but could do well in a sculpting program, which is what Blender is. So, it's a function that Blender has. So I can do the base work in Blender like you see here with Tinkercad, but then I can switch it to sculpting mode and then mold it more like you'd mold clay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I want to move to Blender. But problem is, Blender is a completely different beast. It's like going from a Cessna to a 777. Seriously.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's the thing. Tinkercad is meant for students.
Right.
It's not meant for this. In fact, let me fire up the... where's my Archiplasmor? There she is. I will never forget PAX East. It was either this year or last year. I don't remember. On the last day, I had the
moly.
Yeah! On the last day, I had the Archiplasmor with me. And 4 guys came up to me and they're like, "Oh man, cool Archiplasmor, blah, blah," and they're asking me about it, and I'm, answering their questions and so forth. And the one guy said, "So what do you use to make this?" And I said, "I use a CAD program called Tinkercad." And he literally took a step back and said, "You made that in Tinkercad?" I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "I'm an engineering student, so I know what that means."
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, there's a ton of work to it, but I mean, there she is. There is the Archiplasmor.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, it's one thing to be able to say that it's not meant for this. It's really not. It's not meant for this kind of CAD work, but it's clearly robust enough that you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, definitely kudos to the guys who designed it that it could do this. But that's only because I guess I was able to think a little bit out of the box on how to make it work. And situations like this where I'm still waiting for it to load.
It's still loading?
It's still loading. You can't see it because my image is blocking it. It's still loading.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is a beast. Look at all those different parts.
How much would a Cougar Grattler?
Detail.
I plan on making a Grattler. That is in my must build before I die list.
That would be amazing.
I have zero clue how much it's going to cost. She's going to be freaking big. She's going to be heavy as all hell. But I really, really want to build a Grattler.
And would it be your first arch gun?
Yes.
Like arch weapon?
Yes.
Wow, that'd be super cool. Would you do the regular Grattler or the Kuba Grattler?
Probably the Kuba.
Gotta go Kuba.
It depends on what makes it different. It's probably more of a lighting thing than anything else. But
yeah, those barrels would be that same stuff you see on the Comb.
Yeah.
That you'd be
Hey, it finally stopped loading.
Record time.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got your image there too. So you're talking on this too.
Oh great.
But hold on, the one that I wanted, I'm working on the Prisma Oma next.
Mm-hmm.
Once I start prototyping the Kuva Comb, which is going to take maybe 2 months, who knows. Once I start prototyping the Kuva Comb, I'm going to be waiting for parts to print and all of that. I'm going to start working on the Prisma Oma. I think that's going to look freaking amazing. I didn't even have a chance to buy it. When you guys made it available and I took a look at it, I didn't even buy it at that point. I was just looking at the preview and I was already analyzing how I could break it down to build it. And then it's like, shit, I guess I better buy it. But the one that another one on my must build before I die list. Let me get there. Give me a second. And this is another one where I just can't stay away from the larger weapons. I'm an idiot.
But they're so cool.
They're so cool. It's going to be this. Yes.
Oh my god.
I have
really?
already...
This feels like this gotta be so complicated.
No. I have already analyzed this. and I know how I can do it, and it's not going to be difficult.
This is gonna be so cool.
Now, I mean, she's not gonna be like motorized or anything, so it's not like
No.
It's not like the X area is gonna move on their own. But I have already figured out how to design this so that I can convert it from one to the other.
No way.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, let's get a better angle here. So when it's in this form, well, here's the barrel right here in this area. So, okay, the barrel, these two parts back here don't have to change. All you have to do is tilt it 45 degrees. Fine.
Right.
I can set up a mechanism to rotate that 45 degrees. Not an issue. If you manually take these two off, turn them around, they can attach to the other parts of the barrel with magnets. Not a problem. The barrel extender, okay, so I'll have a mechanism where maybe use some, magnets again, so that you can close them in and then pull them out. So again, you just manually extend the barrel out, have them lock in place, you're good. That's the first section of the weapon pretty much done there. When it comes to the hinge, so the trigger does nothing more than slide down. So have a hinge somewhere in here so that the trigger can slide down and lock into place at 90 degrees. Okay, that's done. And then this section up here is the shoulder stock. So then have a mechanism for that to fold down.
That's so cool.
That's it.
That's actually, yeah, wow.
That's
I
it.
would have just thought it'd be so much more complicated, but I mean, it's going to be complicated. It's going to take some work.
She's going to be
cool.
freaking big. She's going to take forever to print.
Yeah.
But literally, and maybe I'll do something like set up this handle part here so that it can rotate so it can reduce stress when you're carrying it. But otherwise, there's not much more to this to make this so that it can convert from the briefcase or the suitcase to the rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's cool. But when it's in briefcase form, will you have like slots for papers and, and folders and stuff?
Well,
so it's functional.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you do need a reason to say when you're going through customs, it's just my briefcase. See, here's all my papers and
Amprex, that's on the to-do list. Well, I've got a big wish list that people have made over the past few years. Amprex is on there. And that Amprex wouldn't be difficult to do either. I actually started working on the Corinth. I love the design of the Corinth, but I think that one's out of reach. Again, I'm limited by the CAD program. And but I have it saved. So I can always export the files and import them into another CAD program when I'm ready to do the Corinth. I don't really like the Corinth Prime, to be honest. I like the look of the regular Corinth more.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah. Oh, shit. 500 plat, courtesy of Digital Extremes. Whoops. Excellent. See,
I'm distracting you. I'm sorry.
ADHD. Oh, dude, I'm so Mr. ADHD. It's crazy. And it's undiagnosed, but I know I've got it. Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. 500. See, I almost said 75 plat. I keep doing that. I was doing that the other night when it was 100 plat. I was like, no. It's 500.
It's different. It's 500.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Just looking at the time, it is unfortunately would be my time to depart. But I
It's
had
12:30. It's only 12:30.
I know.
I thought you were going to be here till 1. You lied to me.
No, I messaged you. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
no.
I'm sorry. I would absolutely love to stay, but life goes on. We are still very busy. But I had an absolute blast.
Dude, it was good talking to you again. Thank you for being
here.
here.
We need to do this more often.
We need to do this more often. Hey, and I'm in the middle of like the whole Baltimore, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C. area. If you're ever down this way,
of course,
hit me up. You got a place to stay.
Oh, heck yeah. I just want to see all the guns.
Absolutely, they're all here.
I want to see the room where it happens. Yeah.
You want? They're all here. Okay, well, they've only got 2 of them here right now. You know.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, hey, thank you. There's some others over there and so forth.
Thank you for joining us for QTCC and doing this. It's amazing to see your community come out and making that really awesome prop. Even though I wish I could win it, someone will win it.
Someone will win it. Someone will win it. And what he's referring to is if you donate $25 or more, you get a chance to win this. Right here, Quest to Conquer Cancer, Prisma Angstrom. She can be yours for the low, low price of a $25 donation.
I love it. Well, John, take care.
You too?
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Hey, ain't no problem whatsoever.
No problem.
Greatly appreciate it. All right, my friend. Have a good night.
We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Good luck with your campaign and enjoy the beans.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Later. Bye.
Bye-bye.